Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. This is Tara with Tara's Tuesday Talk, just continuing the conversation around Foster Care Awareness Month. And today I just want to briefly share a story of a real life foster family here in Honduras because literally they're superheroes, but they are going through a new stage in fostering, a new phase that they've never gone through before. And I just kind of want to share their story with their permission. I'm sharing their story with you today just to give a little bit of a perspective of foster care and what foster families go through and sacrifice for the kids they love, and just hoping that will give you a little bit more context so you can pray. This isn't something unique to a Honduran foster family. This would be something for any foster family that they might happen to go through this stage, and you can just know that you can pray for them and maybe support them in during this time a little extra. So Otoniel and Merlin have been fostering two kiddos for quite a long time with us now, and their oldest foster son just recently became available for adoption. And because of his age, the adoption office did ask Otoniel and Merlin if they would consider adopting him. Now, foster to adopt is not a thing here, which adds a whole nother dynamic to the difficulty of foster care sometimes. And to fostering, so there's no ever a guarantee that a foster family will be able to adopt the child in their care. Very much so the opposite. It's even discouraged, frowned upon to ever enter foster care for adopting because there's just literally no guarantee. So when we recruit foster families, they know that they're not getting into foster care for adopting. They know they have to take a different route for that. And so when Otoniel and Merlin entered the program for foster care, they had, no desire or intention to adopt. They have two beautiful biological girls, and they got into fostering solely for ministry, feeling that it was a calling upon their lives from the Lord. And so when this question came up from the adoption office, it was quite a shock for them. They never thought it was possible because of the circumstances here where there's no foster to adopt at the moment. And so it was a shock for them first because they kind of had to almost harden their heart against that thought, that option. And now, the same entity is telling them, oh, you can adopt. And so that space was really difficult for them, and they had to think through. And so the reason I want to share their story specifically is because of the decision they made. So they knew if they chose to adopt their oldest foster son and say yes to that option, that they would be saying no to other foster children because of their capability as a family to be able to have any more children, the space in their home, things like this. They knew if they said yes, that they were saying no in another area. And so it was quite a few months, and working with our team, talking through the options and the emotions of it, and just listening for the heart of God for them. In the end, they decided to not adopt their oldest foster son and to allow him to be assigned to a different adoptive family, which he already has. And I just think it's just a beautiful testimony of those hard decisions that foster families make sometimes, and just trying to listen to the heart of God. And so, although, it would have been a beautiful testimony if they had adopted as well and said yes to that, to being their son's forever home. But kind of just to bring to your awareness and perspective the hard decisions that foster families make sometimes, and always wanting to consider what's best for the child in their care, and for the program as a whole and what God may have in store for them. And so they are going to continue fostering. They will be open to receiving more children, and they are a dynamic foster family. And so if you'll just cover them with prayer, mostly because this is still a very difficult time to be able to let him go, to grieve that loss, and then also for their own biological children that have had a brother for such a long time now. And so I think, kind of in honor of their heart and their hard decision, the Lord has made it super clear that their foster son is going to be very happy in his new foster family, to say the least. They've had an amazing connection. They've already been here to visit. And so it's just been like really neat little things where God has shown them, hey, I got this. Hey, he's going to be okay. They've just connected really, really well, the family, with their future son. And so I just think that's sweet and precious of the Lord to show them, that he's got everything covered. And so just wanted to share Otoniel and Merlin's story with you today, give you a little bit more perspective, and maybe consider those around you that are fostering. or even if you're entering foster care yourself or going through this yourself, that, it really is the body of Christ, the friends that the Lord gives us, the supportive local church, that helps us through these times. And so you're needed, or if you need someone, reach out, because it really is how God unites us. And being able to do this hard work is by utilizing each other's strength and being able, and these relationships that allow foster families really to be able to foster. It's because someone else is supporting them. And so just a last thought is, again, find your place in foster care. It may simply be to be a listening ear when someone's going through a hard decision like this as a foster family, and things like that. And so it may be helping them find, a connection to a counselor if they don't have that support from their caseworker. It may be, there's so many different things. Even just praying is super powerful, and we know that. And so it may be stepping in and saying, hey, I'm praying for you. I'm going to pray for you right now. And we're going to believe the Lord that even though this is a hard process, he's healing hearts and he's building things at the same time. And so, so just the awareness that everyone can do something, that there is a space for you, and to find your space in foster care. Thank you for joining with us this month. I really hope, wherever you are, you see blue ribbons, or you put blue ribbons up, and help people realize that this foster care awareness shouldn't end with May, but we can continue to spread the word that, hey, everybody can do something. Let's jump in. Let's be a part. Let's do our piece so God can continue to create this great masterpiece of keeping kids and families, so that they're loved on well and can receive the healing that we know the loving family and the body of Christ can bring. So thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.